Hey, quick question for you. Ever catch yourself doom scrolling through your phone, seeing all those perfect lives, must-have gadgets, and breaking news alerts, and get this tiny nagging feeling that maybe, just maybe, none of it is quite real? What if I told you that over 2,000 years ago, a guy named Plato basically predicted Instagram, Fox News, and CNN? He told a story so vivid, so eerily familiar to our modern experience, that it feels like he time-traveled to see us arguing in comment sections. It's called the allegory of the cave. And no, it's not some dusty philosophy lecture. Think of it as the original Matrix movie, but with togas. So, put down that phone for just 5 minutes, because we're about to go on a mind trip that might change how you see everything. Imagine you're born in a dark cave. Not just dim, pitch black except for one wall in front of you. You're chained up, not painfully, but enough that you can't turn your head. All you've ever seen, your entire life, is this one wall. Behind you, though you can't see it, there's a massive bonfire casting light. Between you and that fire, there's a low wall, like a puppet theater screen. People walk behind that wall, carrying all sorts of objects, statues of animals, tools, figures of people, creating a never-ending shadow play on your wall. These flickering, two-dimensional shadows, that's your entire reality. You and your fellow cave dwellers give these shadows names. Oh look, Dog Shadow is back. Did you see how fast Bird Shadow flew by? You develop theories about them. You might even have heated arguments about which shadow is most important, or predict which will appear next. Sound familiar yet? Those muffled echoes bouncing off the walls? That's just how the world sounds to you. The Shadow Puppet Show is your news, your entertainment, your science, your truth. Now comes the twist. One day, your chains fall away. Someone forces you to stand up and turn around. Your first reaction? Pure agony. That fire you never knew existed is blindingly bright. Your eyes burn in protest. You see the actual puppeteers, the solid objects they're holding, and you think, no way, this can't be real. Those shadows were clearer, more familiar. You desperately want to turn back to the comfort of your shadow wall. But let's say you're dragged, kicking and screaming, up a steep, rocky path toward the cave entrance. And then, a light. Not the dim flicker of a cave fire, but the full, overwhelming brilliance of actual sunlight. It's like staring directly into 1,000 flashlights. You're completely blind, overwhelmed, disoriented. But slowly, painfully slowly, your eyes adjust. First, maybe you see reflections in water. Then the moon and stars at night, gentler light. Eventually, you see actual trees, not just tree shadow. Real animals, not puppet silhouettes. Colors you never knew existed. Textures. Depth. Your mind is completely reconstructed. And finally, one day, you can look up at the sun itself, the source of everything you now see. This is what makes everything grow, what gives everything light and life. The cave. Those shadows. It would be like realizing you'd spent your whole life watching a grainy, black and white TV with the volume at 1%, and suddenly stepping into IMAX with surround sound. You look back at your time in the cave and think, we were arguing about shadows? We thought those flickers were everything? You feel this overwhelming urge to go back, to free your friends still chained down there, still thinking those shadows are all that exists. So you return. You stumble back down into the darkness, but now your sun-adjusted eyes can barely make out anything in the dim cave. You trip. You fumble. You try to explain the vibrant world outside. Listen to me. Those aren't real dogs. They're just shadows. There are actual dogs up there. They run and bark and feel warm when you touch them. And what happens? They mock you. Look what happened to them, they say. They went outside and now they can't even see properly. Their eyes are ruined. Whatever's out there damaged their brain. They not only reject your message, they see you as a cautionary tale, a warning of what happens when you question the shadows. Plato even suggested they might try to kill you if you insisted on trying to free them. Because you're not just challenging what they see, you're threatening their entire sense of reality. So, why does this 2,400-year-old story still hit so hard? Because we're all still in caves, aren't we? Think about it. Your social media feed, is it reality or a perfectly curated highlight reel? Shadows of idealized lives, projected specifically for you based on what keeps you scrolling. The news you consume, does it show you the whole picture, or just the shadows that match your existing worldview? The algorithms feeding you content, are they showing you reality, or just the shadows that keep you engaged? Those opinions that seem so obvious in your bubble, are they based on deep understanding, or are they just the popular shadows everyone in your cave has agreed to watch? The chains keeping us in place aren't iron anymore. They're comfort zones. Algorithm bubbles. Fear of being wrong. Fear of the unfamiliar. The puppeteers casting those shadows? Sometimes they're advertisers shaping our desires. Sometimes they're politicians shaping our fears. Sometimes they're even our own confirmation bias, showing us only what we already believe. Plato wasn't saying, "Wake up, sheeple." He was offering an invitation. Be aware. Question. Seek what's behind the shadows. That painful journey out of the cave. That's education. That's critical thinking. That's having the courage to say, maybe there's more to this. And yes, it's uncomfortable. Like that first blinding sunlight. Learning that you've been wrong about something? That can sting. Having your worldview challenged? That can hurt. But beyond that discomfort lies something more complete, more true. And when you do glimpse something deeper and try to share it, yeah, not everyone will thank you. Some people prefer their familiar shadows. That's human nature. But Plato's cave offers us 3 powerful takeaways. First, be curious. Always wonder what's casting the shadows you see. Second, be brave. Dare to question, even when it's uncomfortable. Step outside your echo chamber. And finally, be humble. Remember that we all might be looking at shadows sometimes. None of us has completely left the cave. This isn't about feeling superior to others still in the cave. It's about asking ourselves, what shadows am I still mistaking for reality? What light am I still not ready to face? And am I willing to endure a little discomfort to see more clearly? Next time you feel that nagging sense that you're not getting the whole picture, whether it's from your phone, your news, or just conventional wisdom, remember Plato's cave dwellers. And maybe, just maybe, turn around and look for the source of those shadows. Something to think about, isn't it? What shadows have you recently questioned in your own life? Let me know in the comments. And if this got your mental gears turning, hit subscribe for more mind-expanding content. Until next time, keep looking beyond the shadows.